Hello everyone, my name is Cameron. Welcome back to your regularly scheduled nonsense. And in today's video, we are going to be predicting WrestleMania Goes Hollywood 2 Electric Boogaloo. No, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, or as it's better known, WrestleMania 39. So Jesse and I do have all 13 matches currently announced for the card predicted. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to add more matches, maybe a Bobby Lashley versus somebody match, probably LA Knight if I had to guess, because he does want to be on the card, or Bray Wyatt if he ever comes back. But the big thing is, obviously, we do have all 13 matches that are currently announced for Night 1 and Night 2. 7 matches, I believe, for Night 1 and 6 for Night 2. Currently predicted, and we're going to go through those. We'll start with Night 1 matches only, and then we'll go into the Night 2 matches afterwards. So, starting off Night 1, we have Austin Theory, the United States Champion. This is the United States Championship match. Austin Theory versus John Cena. Jess and I have both gone for Austin Theory. I don't see Cena winning this match. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Cena's big first WrestleMania was him winning the U.S. title. Theory is now the youngest United States Champion in history, which I think was the record John Cena set back when he won it in the first place. I think he was the youngest at the time, and now obviously Theory has beaten said record. And I'm very excited for this match. This is possibly one of John Cena's final years wrestling. And honestly, while I don't enjoy Theory's character all that much, I do enjoy his in-ring work. I think Theory is great on the mic. He's a great person to hate. I think he's fantastic in the ring. I'm very, very excited for this match. I'm glad they're starting the match off with this. The United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship have gotten the respect that they deserve since Triple H took over WWE Creative, because these championships were not even defended on the card last year. So, more power to you. Thanks, Triple H. Next, we have, this isn't in the order, but I do know the starting matches of each night and the main event, so I'm going to save those ones specifically for last. Next, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We have Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Jesse and I have both gone for Rhea Ripley. This is Ripley's chance to get back her loss from 3 years ago to Charlotte at WrestleMania when she lost the NXT Women's Championship to her. Granted, I do see that there's a lot of story that could have also given us Ripley versus Asuka, or Ripley versus Belair, or Asuka versus Charlotte. And granted, while I would have loved to see Asuka versus Charlotte a little bit more, I do understand Ripley choosing Charlotte as her opponent. It was the story that everyone kind of guessed was going to happen, and is the story that makes arguably a little bit more sense. I think that's... No, that's not it for this page. Next on Night 1, we have the Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. We have both gone for Asuka. As much as we both love Bianca Belair, she's fantastic in the ring, she's fantastic on the mic. She probably has one of the most entertaining characters in WWE currently. It makes more sense for Asuka to win this. Give me a second. I'm actually drinking my drink. Full Throttle, please sponsor me. I say this knowing full well I'm sponsored by W, but I haven't tried their energy drink yet. I know how much I like Full Throttle. But yeah, Asuka being champion, I feel like Bianca's been champion for like a year now. And don't get me wrong, I love her title reign. I've loved it so far. But I also think they're stalling out a little bit with where her title run's going to go, and it just makes sense to give Asuka's new character this title run. Give Asuka, who is, mind you, in her 40s, does not look it at all, but in her 40s, probably a nice, good, long title run with that title. Make up for her loss to Charlotte many years ago at WrestleMania. That should not have happened. And give her a good, big, feel-good win at WrestleMania, and also give her a nice title run again. Because let's be honest, it's Asuka. She's fucking awesome. Alright, flipping the page, because of course it's 13 matches. So we have men's singles match for Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. Jesse and I have both gone for Seth Rollins. Look, as much as we always try to say, we try to work with our mind more than our hearts. Work with what we think is going to happen more than what we want to happen. Neither of us want to predict Logan Paul win this match at all, even though we know it's probably the more likely option. Granted, this is apparently under his contract currently. This is Logan Paul's last Mania. This was how long it was going to last. It was 1 year, give or take. From last year until this year was his contract. and apparently it's coming up soon. He's probably going to get re-signed. While it sounds douchey, he did say they'd be silly not to, and I kind of agree with them. He's fantastic in the ring, a lot more than he should be. He's a douchey asshole that people absolutely have no issue hating and throwing all of the booze at, and his energy drink tastes like shit. I'm just going to say that right now, Prime tastes fucking horrible. So yeah, but I do see Seth winning this because it's Seth freaking Rollins. Come on. He's had like 3 losses or something like that in a row at Mania. He deserves this win so freaking much. He lost the United States Championship because of this jackass. He lost the Royal Rumble because of this jackass. Let Seth win, please. Next, we have the 6-women tag team match. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control. Jess and I have both gone for Damage Control. Look, it's a matter of time before this whole nostalgia pop run with Lita and Trish is over. It's cool that Lita got to have the women's tag titles. It's cool that Becky and Bayley and Io and Dakota get to have this match with 2 of the greatest women's superstars of all time in WWE history. But that comes with the caveat of this is WrestleMania. It's a big night. And while I don't want to see Becky lose, I do get the feeling that the titles are going back to Damage Control very soon. And what better way than to have the loss at Mania kind of sow the seeds of dissension a little bit between Becky, Lita, and Trish, especially Becky and Lita, to end up giving the titles back to Damage Control, who are probably going to lose them anyway to somebody else later on down the line. Granted, I think the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, while they're a nice idea and they're fantastic, at the start they were extremely fantastic. They're doing very well. Now all they have is thrown together tag teams and like maybe 1 or 2 actual decently long-standing tag teams that have been put together and make sense. So it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to keep them at this point. I feel like, honestly, the idea was nice, but right now you don't have enough tag teams on your main roster. And granted, I know there's a lot in NXT. You don't have a lot of tag teams on your main roster to really make this work right now. And that's kind of unfortunate. Where else do we have for night 1? Next, we have the men's WrestleMania Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Showcase thing. We have Braun and Ricochet, the Street Profits, Alpha Academy, and the Viking Raiders. Jesse and I have both gone for the Street Profits. This tag team match really makes no fucking sense. They're stupid. I don't like them. They're kind of as useless as the Battle Royals, because I'm going to say this right now. For anyone who thinks anything's going to come of this tag team match, which maybe something will, but probably nothing will. Look at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Nothing good has really come of it. I don't see much coming of this either. Alright. I think all that's left is... yeah, these 2 matches. Next, we have the men's singles match between Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. We've both gone for Rey. Come on. He's just put in the Hall of Fame. He's going to whoop his kid's ass. And finally, we have the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match, supposedly closing the show for night 1. The Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Jesse and I have both gone for Sami and Kevin, because the story makes sense for this. Sami's not getting the world title, as depressing as it is. Him losing here makes 0 sense storyline-wise. But especially with how the story has been building to this for Sami and Kevin, them losing makes no sense. This whole weekend is about the bloodline falling, and it starts here. It starts with Kevin and Sami dethroning the longest reigning WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions. Granted, I know the SmackDown titles are the ones they've held for that long. The Raw ones they haven't actually held for that long. It's kind of dumb. It's the same thing with Roman. We're like, oh, he's nearing 1,000 days. It's like, yeah, but only with the Universal title. Which is why everyone wants it to be a title split at Mania, where Roman keeps the Universal so he can still hit 1,000 days, but Cody also becomes WWE Champion. But I digress. So, that is it for the Night 1 predictions. Moving on to night number 2. We're going to be starting off the match with a banger. That should be enough of a hint. Because we're starting with the WWE Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. I have gone for Gunther, and Jesse has gone for Sheamus. Now, granted, as much as I do love Sheamus, I'm a wholehearted, fucking always been a fan of Sheamus from day one-ish. That I've loved Sheamus. He's been fantastic, except for that Mania match. You guys know the one I'm talking about. Except for that Mania match, basically everything Sheamus has done in the company I've loved. I think he's fantastic. I think 1,000% he deserves this title win, and he deserves the Grand Slam Championship, or Grand Slam Champion title that comes with it. But, and this is a big but, I kind of want Gunther to break Honky Tonk Man's record more. And granted, as much as I want Roman to get over 1,000 days, I don't want him to get over 1,000 days enough for things that we'll talk about in a minute. However, I really, really want to see somebody break Honky Tonk Man's record. Nobody in the modern era has held the Intercontinental Championship as long as Gunther has. Nobody has brought prestige to it like this, except for maybe Cody Rhodes back in the day and The Miz. But nobody since like maybe Dean Ambrose a couple years ago has gotten this close to breaking the record. Granted, think about it this way. Gunther already has one of the longest title reigns in the modern era, having the UK Championship for a long fucking time, like multiple years. Which, remember, the person he beat, Pete Dunne, had the record before that. The person whose record he beat was Brock Lesnar's with the Universal Championship, who had the longest reign at the time in the modern era with a title. Roman Reigns, I think, may have the longest in the modern era for a title reign now. But if anybody's going to break Honky Tonk Man's record, and it's as much as I love Sheamus, I know he's probably not got a whole lot of years left in him. So I don't think it's going to be him. But Gunther holding it until like SummerSlam and losing it to Sheamus, or no, it'd be, I think it's like September, October-ish. Around then is when he's going to be dropping, or is when he'll be passing the record. Think about it this way. That's only a couple more months to the Rumble, and then a couple more months to Mania 40. Now, granted, I don't know if they want him to hold it that long, but if they do, having Sheamus win it in a singles match at WrestleMania 40 puts so much more icing on the cake. One, it's a definitive victory. He beat the champion. He did not beat somebody else. He did not get pinned by somebody else. He beat the champion to take that title. Two, he breaks the now record-holding reign of Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I think Gunther retaining at Mania on Sunday makes more sense than Sheamus winning, even though I love Sheamus and I want to see him get that Grand Slam Champion accolade. I think having it be held off for a little bit longer makes the story better in the long run. Because then his entire WrestleMania 39 to WrestleMania 40 journey is all about getting that last title. Getting that one title that's eluded him his entire career. Especially because it'll be breaking a record as well. Or, well, stopping a record title run. You guys know what I mean. I just really love seeing title reigns be really long sometimes. I mean, look at who my WWE champion was for a long time in 2K. Seth Rollins. For a very long time. Alright. Next match we have on night 2, which actually was said to be on night 1 originally and then got changed. We have the men's singles match between Brock Lesnar and Omos. We've both gone for Lesnar. The Omos experiment has failed, in my opinion. I don't think he's as good as he should be. I don't think there's really anything to be said about him as a competitor. And I definitely don't think he deserves any championships. Moving on. He's not bad. I think Omos having a mouthpiece is nice, and I think him kind of being able to wrestle decent is not terrible. He's not great in the ring is the problem. That's the biggest issue. You can have a mouthpiece, you can do all this stuff, you can have somebody talk for you all you want, but if you're not good in the ring, no matter how good your mouthpiece is, no matter how good such and such thing is, you're always going to be bad. And that's the problem. Is he's greener than dog shit. No, he's greener than grass. He's still bad in the ring this far into his career. It's kind of a problem. It's a Giant Gonzalez, Great Khali style problem. it's a Jinder Mahal style problem, if you catch my drift. He's got an entertaining mouthpiece in MVP. He does. But he can't wrestle. And that is a problem. So I hope, as much as I don't want to see him get fired, I want to honestly see him get trained to be better, because honestly I think he could be good. But as of right now, I've seen nothing of good from him. Which sucks to say, because I probably could not do even as good as he does in the ring. Next, we have the men's Hell in a Cell match between Edge and the Demon, Finn Balor. I've gone for Balor and Jesse's gone for... Hold up, actually, give me a sec. Sorry about that. Okay. Jesse and I have both gone for Finn Balor. I wanted to make sure that if he wanted to update it, because it's Demon King Finn, or the Demon Finn Balor, rather than regular Finn Balor, I wanted to kind of see if he wanted to change his prediction for that match, because we've changed predictions for a couple matches already, kind of in the past day. But yeah, I mean, it's the Demon. It's the first time we've seen him in like 2-ish years, give or take. The last time we saw him, he was facing Roman Reigns, and it was that really weird ending, and we haven't seen him since. So I'd kind of like to see the Demon win. That he's back. Now he's back. Granted, I don't know what Edge is going to be doing. Edge said he's going to bring the devil. So I'm kind of confused and concerned and excited all at the same time. But we'll see, I guess. What else we got for night 2? Next, we have the Women's WrestleMania Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Showcase thingy-mabobber. We have Liv and Raquel, Natalya and Shotzi, Shayna and Ronda, and Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Again, like I said, the problem that the main roster has is a lot of thrown together women's tag teams. We've both gone for Shayna and Ronda because they're really the only tag team with camaraderie in this match. They're the only ones not really just thrown together. So yeah. There's that. 1, 2. Shit, almost ripped that open. 3, 4. Fuck, hold up. Give me a sec, guys. What did I miss? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh shit! Sorry. The Raw Women's Championship I think is actually on night 2. I think I fucked that up. One of those matches that I put on night 1 was actually night 2. I just realized that. That's on me. The only reason I was confused is because there was 5 matches I was doing for night 2, and I'm like, wait, there's 6 matches on this card for night 2. I know there is. All right, on to the final match. Now that my stupidity is fixed, we have the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match: Roman Reigns versus 2023 Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes. And I don't think I really need to say that me and Jesse have both gone for Cody Rhodes. That's kind of an obvious one. I'm very, very excited for this match. I'm very excited for the entire card, honestly. Except for the Mania, the tag showcases, and maybe the Women's Championship matches. They're not the greatest booked feuds. They haven't been, really, in my opinion, booked to really kind of make us really excited for them. But I'm still excited regardless for pretty much every match on this card. But especially Seth and Logan, Asuka and Bianca to a degree, Cody and Roman, Gunther, Sheamus, Drew, Austin, John. Like, most of these matches I'm very excited for. So I'm very, very hopeful we're going to get a great Mania. Should be noted, Bobby Lashley has also issued an open challenge. He said, I still have no match for Mania, or Saturday or Sunday. I'm open. Seems like they're going to be doing an open challenge with him. Could be Bray Wyatt. Could be LA Knight. Could be really anybody. It could be a certain Catalyst. Certain Switchblade. I was wearing this shirt for a reason. Or it could just not have a match at all. But I think if he's going to have a match, it's probably going to be Knight 2. Might be Bray. It could be Bray. I think Bray having the match there. Or LA Knight. One of those two would both be perfect. Could be a returning Randy Orton. There's so many possibilities for who could be facing Bobby Lashley potentially if he does end up having a match. But regardless, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what your guys' predictions are down in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay golden. Peace.